What is your favorite poem and what?
Okay, um, I have lots of favorite poem.
Hello, Armin, and Armin was
Hello, Anand. Thank you for inviting me. Glad to be here.
today. I I have written that in me a lot.
I see. So you have burning questions. Please go ahead and ask it.
Good like poem and poetry.
Yes, I do like poems and poetry a lot. It's one of my favorite things beside the work that I do. And so I read a lot of poems during my spare times.
Can you name a poet that you like?
Yeah, sure. Um, I like Persian classical poets, and one of the famous one is Ferdowsi. He who wrote the Shahnameh, which is the Book of King. It's an epic poem, and it talks a lot about the wars and the kingdoms of the the old Persian dynasty. Another one which I like a lot, it's Rumi, which is a mystic poet, and he was actually 800 years ago or more than that in Iran. He lived in. He was in. He born in Afghanistan, today's country, Afghanistan, and died in Turkey. But he's very famous even in the Western world today, and he was actually bestseller, I think, in the 2008-9 times in USA, and he talks about the spirituality and the mysticism around it. And the another poet that I really love is Hafez, which is he was a 14th century poet in Iran. He lived in the Shiraz, and he talks about the love and actually its main theme of his Divan Ghazal, which has 500 poem in it, talks about the love and lovers uh, and the love, the meaning of life itself. So these three are the main ones that I really like.
What is your favorite poem and what?
Okay, um, I have lots of favorite poem. They change during the time because uh, when your mindset, like you are thinking about something, the stuff happening in the world, your favorite poems change. But the one that I can share today is from Hafez, the third poet that I talked in the previous question. So I'm going to recite it first in Farsi, and then I read one of the translations, because there are many translations of the Hafiz poems. So I'm going to read the English translation so the viewers can understand. So these are the two verses of one ghazal. So I'm not reading the whole ghazal, just two verses of one of the ghazals. It's called in Farsi در اندرون من خسته دل ندانم کیست که من خموشم و او در فغان و در غوغاست از آن به دیر مغانم عزیز می‌دارند که آتشی که نمیرد همیشه در دل ماست. So I'm going to read the translation from English that I have it here right now. Actually, is within this shattered heart, I not know who is, for I am silent, and clamor and tumult it is. So he says that I'm always silent, but it seems like there's somebody inside me which wants to talk and always is in chaos and it wants to scream. And I have a shattered heart. And if you look at me, I'm silent. But apparently there is somebody inside me that screams and shouts and wants to talk always. And the next verses, so before I read the next verse, there is a word called Magians in Farsi, Moran, which is the Zoroastrians clergy. And they have a temple, usually which in that temple or in the monastery, depends on how you want to translate it, in their holy places, there is a fire that never stops. The fire is always going on. So now Hafiz says that in cloister of Magians, Medir, they hold for the reason that in our heart a fire that dieth not ever is. So he says, there is a fire inside me. That person which I always want to talk seems like a fire which never dies. And when I go to the temple of Magians, they love me over there because they see that I have a fire that never dies, and that fire is inside me.
Thank you for sharing this.
Thank you for having me on, and it was a privilege for me to do this interview for you. And if hopefully we can do more of this type of interviewing later. Take care. Bye.
Well,